What's up and welcome back, Wargamers. This is Battleshock Wargaming Studio. We're getting ready to play another exciting game of Warhammer, Age of Sigmar. David, tell us what we are doing today.
Today is very exciting. We are going to play with the new GHB, which is really interesting. These are some lists that we had put together prior to knowing that the General's Handbook was coming out. So it's going to be tricky to get some battle tactics, and we don't have as many of the special abilities to show off as we would had we known and put the list together ahead of time. But we are going to try a brand new battle plan. It's very interesting.
One thing to point out, we don't have points yet. Let's point out the fact that we don't have points yet.
Yeah, we don't have points yet. We're not sure exactly where points are going to fall. So we're playing with the points from the old General's Handbook, and we'll just kind of see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, big shout out to all of our members. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. If you're interested in memberships, there is going to be a link down below that'll show you the perks that come with it, but the number one perk is that you're going to get extra battle reports.
Huge shout out to our affiliates, the Baron of Dice and Gray Matter Games. The Baron supplies all the dice that we roll on the channel. They're beautiful resin dice. Go check out him. Check out Gray Matter Games provided these mats that we use and also these objective markers that match. So it's very thematic and we love it. They look great.
All right, Michael, with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the armies. All right, let's take a look at the Stormcast Eternals. They are going to be Hammers of Sigmar today. I absolutely love this sub-faction. It allows me to have a 6-up ward if I am wholly within 12 of an objective. And this is going to be a high-powered list with some dragons and some shooting. Karazai the Scarred is going to be my general. He is an Ancient Master of War, so you're -1 to your attacks profiles when you're fighting into him. He has 18 wounds on a 3-up save, Fire Breath, and he's just an absolute melee monster. He's going to have some bodyguards as well. I have a Lord Relictor. The Lord Relictor is going to know Translocation, which is going to allow me to pick up a unit and redeploy it. It's a really nice prayer, and he's a staple in this type of army. And then I am going to have a Knight Zephyros. The Knight Zephyros is going to have Arcane Tome, so she can be a wizard and cast Arcane Bolt and Mystic Shield only. She teleports around the battlefield. I've got 3 Praetors. The Praetors are going to be bound, sworn to Karazai to help keep him alive so he can do some damage before he goes down, and they're fair in a fight. 2 units of Liberators. Liberators are your standard vanilla battle line. They've got a 3-up save, they have some terrible attacks, and they have 2 wounds apiece. Here I have a unit of Vanguard Raptors. They have a really long range with their shooting. They can do headshots for mortal wounds, and those Aether Wings are going to be accompanying them as a separate unit, and they give them a +1 to hit if they're in range of enemy units. I have 1 reinforced unit of Fulminators. Everybody knows by now that the Fulminators hit super duper hard. They're pretty tanky, and they have Fire Breath and just tons of attacks. And here are the dice I'm going to be taking today. That Lightning Hammer is going to be the 6. Let's hope that we see a lot of Lightning Hammers today. So there you have it, Hammers of Sigmar. Let's see what Michael brought today.
Taking a look at the Sylvaneth today, we're going to be doing Heartwood. This is a subfaction that's going to be I get to pick 3 units, and my whole army gets +1 to hit against those units. Very, very helpful. Taking a look at the General today, we have the Arch Revenant. Has a helpful command ability that gives +3 inches to movement to all units wholly within 12 of her. We have Alariel, the Ever Queen is here. She's going to be the real hammer of my army. We're going to be sending her 19 inches forward, trying to hit something and then strike and fade back. She's a 3 caster. She knows all of the lore. I'm going to be real excited to use some Primal Dice with her today, see if we can get some big casts off. We have 2 units of Dryads, or they are -1 to hit and wound as long as they're around trees, so they're good little screens to keep the juicy bits alive in the army. Tree Revenants are here. They are very helpful for grabbing objectives, completing battle tactics with their free teleport. They're going to be bouncing all over the battlefield. We have 1 unit of Revenant Seekers. This is a unit of 3. They have a very good ability to resurrect models. So hopefully they're going to be hanging out behind the Kurnoth and resurrecting them. We have 1 unit of Kurnoth Hunters with Scythes. This is a reinforced unit, very tanky unit, lots of wounds, and can do a lot of damage with those big old scythes. These are the beautiful Sylvaneth dice that we're going to be rolling today, and that is the list. Let's take a look at this new mission.
Before we take a look at the battle plan, big shout out to everybody on this wall of heroes. These are lords and commanders in our membership service, and we really appreciate your added support. So today we are going to be playing the first battle in the new GHB, and it's going to be called Power Flux. This is a 4-objective battle, and it's split right down the center. There are 2 objectives that are marked A, and there are 2 objectives that are marked B. The person going second gets to turn on either the B objectives or the A objectives, and we score as followed. We score 1 victory point if we hold 1 activated objective. We score 1 victory point if you control both activated objectives. We'll get an extra victory point if we have a Andorian Locus on one of the objectives. And we will get 1 if we destroy a wizard unit in that battle round. We're going to score 2 victory points if we've completed battle tactics, and we also are going to be scoring on grand strategies. My grand strategy is called Overshadow. I'm going to need to kill all of Michael's battle line and still have battle line alive at the end of the battle. And Michael, what did you pick?
I also picked Overshadow. Seems like the most doable one.
Yeah, so we're just going to see if we can kill each other's battle line. We'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and see who has initiative.
All right, Wargamers, we are about to get into it, but before we do, this is the part in the game where you comment down below who are you rooting for in the new GHB. Is it the Stormcast Eternals, or is it Alariel and the Sylvaneth? You are going first. I have initiative. I'm making you go first.
Okay.
So let's get into battle tactics. What are we doing for the new season?
Intimidate the invaders.
Oh, so intimidating.
I'm going to have more units in enemy territory than I have in friendly territory at the end of this turn. This is easy for a Stormcast player to do because I have tons of stuff in reserve. It means I need to show my hand early, but with Michael's deploy, I have a good idea of where he's going to be to start, so I can kind of start to spread out and do some stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. We also have a new ability where we are going to try to generate primal dice.
Yep.
Primal dice are used for casts, dispels, and unbinds. It's an additional roll that you can add to casting, dispelling, and unbinding rolls with a few caveats. So when that happens, we will talk about it. Let's do primal dice first, then we'll do heroic actions. Yeah.
So in primal dice, we each roll, and on a 4-up, we each get a primal.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so we each get 1 primal dice.
Heroic actions. Let's get a command point. Yep. Let's give it to Karazai.
Okay. Not a heroic action, but we do have a new rule: optimal focus.
Okay.
So at the start of the battle round, after priority is determined, the player taking the second turn, he has a moi. I can pick 1 friendly hero. I don't have a locus, so we're just going to skip that sentence. If I pick a non-locus model, they get 1 extra command point.
Cool. So you're going to get an extra command point, and the difference with this and heroic willpower is that it lasts for the entire battle round.
Right.
Who are you going to give it to?
Alariel will take that.
Okay, Alariel's going to take that. So you're up to 3 command points plus 1,
And then
I'm up to 2 plus 1.
And I can still do a heroic action.
Yep.
So let's get a command point with the archer. No.
Okay. Cool. Now we will do casting. I am going to cast Mystic Shield on the big boy with my 1 caster right here. Let's see what happens. That's a 8.
That's an 8. I highly doubt I'm within range. It's a no.
Okay.
You got it.
So I'm going to put some Mystic Shield on Karazai, and then I'm going to try to translocate him.
Okay.
So this is coming from the Lord Relictor on a 2-up. We're good. So I'm going to pick Karazai up. We'll be back in a second to show you where I put him. Okay, I finished moving Karazai. I put him wholly within enemy territory. Remember, that is for my battle tactic. And one thing we forgot to touch on is Michael has to pick either these 2 objectives or these 2 objectives to be activated for this battle round.
Right.
He picked these ones.
Yep.
Otherwise,
So we have tokens on both B objectives.
Yep. So those are the ones that are on. Those are the only ones that we can score victory points on. And I am done with my hero phase. I've translocated. I've put Mystic Shield on Karazai, so he's tanky. And we can go ahead and get into movement.
Let's do it. David, you've completed your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
The Raptors teleported like 44, 45 inches away from Alariel, so they can't get speared in the first turn. My hero who can teleport that has Arcane Tome is staying close to Karazai to buff him and help me get an extra victory point because that's an Andorian Locus, so I'll get an extra point. Karazai is standing there. His sworn bodyguards came out of reserve. I got them as close as I could to Michael's army while keeping them wholly within enemy territory because I have to try to get this ridiculous new battle tactic. And then in the back, we've got some Liberators who just stood in place. The Relictor ran 8 inches, and the other Liberators ran to just get farther away from Michael's army and continue holding that point. Yeah, I brought down Aether Wings. They're within 12 of the Dryads that are on Michael's center objective, so I can try to kill them this turn. And that is it. So we're just going to get set up for some shooting. All right, we're going to get ready to shoot the raptors into the dryads. The dryads are within 12 inches of the Aether Wing, so I'm +1 to hit, and then I'm -1 to hit and wound because they are wholly within 9 of an overgrown. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
Yep, 3s and 3s.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Karazai's command point that he got, and we're going to go down to 2s and 3s. And we've got 6 shots here coming out of the raptors.
I'm gonna all-out defense.
Okay.
So that at least I'll get a 6-up save.
Okay, so 2s and 3s, let's see what we get. 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And 3s. And then 2 saves, -2.
Okay, so we have 6s. So we'll take 6 damage total, 6s again. So 5 guys.
Okay. Okay, and now we're going to breathe hot fire with Karazai. This is just 1 dice, flame stream. It's D6 mortal wounds.
Uh-oh.
For 3.
All right, we got 3.
And with that volley of shooting done, I believe I am going to be finished with my turn. I don't see any reason to try to charge Karazai out of his buff range. And I'm going to get max points this turn, so let's get on the hero cam and score me up.
David, you've completed your turn. How did you score?
I scored 5 points.
Boom.
I hold both of them, which are worth, you get 1 point if you hold one, you get 1 more point if you hold both.
Yep.
I get 1 for having an Andorian Locust on that computer, on that objective over there. I don't know why I wanted to call it a computer.
Right.
And then I got my battle tactic, which was to have more enemy unit or more friendly units wholly within enemy territory than in my own territory.
Intimidate the invaders.
Yeah, I intimidated you,
Okay.
even though I stayed like 70 inches away from Michael.
Just as far as possible.
I'm like, haha, you don't have Spite Swarm Hive. I'm going to hide on the other side of the board. Yeah, so scores 5-0. We're getting into your turn. We're going to go up in command points. So I go up to 3.
I'm going to 2 because I did spend 1 to auto-pass morale.
Yep, and then you still have the Andorian one
I do.
that you got because you picked a non-Andorian hero and gave Alariel a command point. So you're 2+1 and I have 3.
And then we get to Primal Magic.
Yes, do some Primal Magic again.
I get 1.
Oh, we both get 1. We both get 2.
We both get 2.
Yep, we both are up to 3 Primal dice.
Now what's fun for me is I get to use them because you're out of unbind range.
Yeah.
So watch me just go insane and roll all of these.
Yeah, just
for
get
no
all
reason.
of your stuff. Yep. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
Battle tactic, we're going to do magical dominance. So I just need to get 1 cast off with Alariel.
All right, let's get into heroic actions.
Let's do
What
it.
are you feeling, dude?
Let's do a commandular point for Alariel. No.
Okay, I'll try to get one with Karazai. Nope.
So let's start with a Mystic Shield on Alariel, on herself.
Oh,
I saw that one too.
she gets the Mystic Shield.
Battle tactic complete.
Battle tactic complete, unless you keep casting and you miscast, right?
No, because it says it has to be unbound. How about Metamorphosis on the...
Kill my birds, man. Okay, it goes off on a 12.
Now, if you guys don't remember, we roll the casting roll. So I rolled a 12, so I get to roll 12 dice.
Mortals on 3s.
Mortals on 3s.
And I'll have a
2,
6-up ward against this, so I'm in pretty good shape. I
12
don't
dice.
know.
Mortals
I
on
don't know.
3s. 3, 6, 9 mortals, which is way more than I wanted, to be honest, because I wanted to charge them and get more movement.
They're dead. That was cute. They got an objective and they helped me shoot better for 1 turn. Aether Wings, highly recommend.
They turn into a beautiful tree now.
So,
Beautiful.
Tree.
Let's do Tree Song
Okay.
on that blue tree. This does a +1 to rend thing. It does a +1 to rend thing.
Okay, Tree Song goes off. I'm going to put this arcane marker here so we know that you have extra rend while you're next to that tree.
Yep. That is it for hero phase. We're going to get into movement, show you what we did.
Michael, you finished your movement phase. Tell me what you did starting with the dryads that are right here.
The dryads did a little teleport to come back. At the end of the movement phase, we did roll the resurrection from the seekers, and I rolled a 1, so I didn't get to bring back a Dryad.
Yeah, I did let you retro a rally because you were planning on doing that before the turn began. So you did get 1 back, so you're up to 3 Dryads instead of 2.
And down to 1 command point.
Down to 1 command point, yep. And then behind the trees?
Behind the trees, let's see, we have the Archies standing in the middle. Behind it, we have the Revenants. They're setting up for later battle tactics and later turns. Nobody needs to get shot by long strikes. And then the rest of the castle just kind of moved into the center. Very fast army with that plus 3 inches to movement. So a lot of things ran. So we're nestled there in the center. Alariel hopped over the castle, and she's got 1 shot with her spear to do.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay, so she has 1 target, and I want to look at it real quick because I had some deadly terrain right here. I had both units of Liberators on it, so I did roll for that off camera. I rolled a 1 with this closest unit, and they took 2 mortal wounds. I didn't shrug any with my ward, so one of them's dead. And then I rolled on deadly for Karazai, and he passed it, so that's where we're at, and we'll get set up for shooting. The Everqueen sees some poor Liberators in the distance, and she's going to throw a juiced up spear into it. Let's see what happens.
I'm assuming you want to all-out defense before we go.
I will, because it's the end of the battle round, so I'm down to 2 command points.
Yep. So here we go. This is going to be hits on 2s, wounds on 2s. So hits, wounds.
And that's because you did an all-out attack, right?
Nope, she just normally hits on 2s.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Okay.
So it's Ren 2.
4 up.
There you go.
Nope.
6 damage.
Oh, 6s.
Look at that ward.
Roll 3 6s. That was a great ward. So 1 guy dies and 1 guy takes a wound. And that is going to be the end because nothing's even eligible to charge. So
Right.
we get on the hero cam and score Michael up. Michael, we're back from your turn.
Yep.
You killed a Liberator. I killed a Liberator. And you scored how many points?
I also killed all those birds.
You did kill the birds.
Yep.
Yep.
Only 3 points, guys. Control 1 of the activated objectives. These other objectives that aren't activated are worthless to me, so I didn't even go near them. And then I completed my battle tactic, which was magical dominance, so 3 points. And that is it. We're getting into an all-important roll-off.
I break ties.
Yep.
Okay.
4. I'm going to hand off the turn, and so we're going to be back for battle round 2, Stormcast Eternals.
See you in a second. Welcome back. It's the top of battle round 2. Michael decided to give me the turn, and he activated these objectives. So now these 2 are the ones that are on. He's trying to bring my units a little bit closer to him, so that way he can actually kill some stuff. Which was, I think that was a good turn, a good play. Also, you're just kind of opening yourself up for a double, and I'm not really going to do a whole lot of damage to your army in this turn.
Right, you're too far away with Karazai, and long strikes get to shoot Dryads, right?
Right. Same scenario as before, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and call out battle tactic. I'm going to do the magical dominance one that you just did, and I'm going to try to do the same thing with my Knight Zephyros.
Right. Just do a little Mystic Shield.
Yes, and we're going to try to get Primal Dice now.
Let's do it.
Let's see if we get Primal Dice. Okay, that's all I needed. That's all I needed to see. We each get 1 Primal Dice.
Heroic actions.
Heroic actions. I'm going to try to get a command point. I do. I'm going to give that to the Lord Relictor.
Okay. I'm going to optimal focus with Alariel.
Give her another command point that's good for the battle round.
And then I will try and get another command point with Alariel. No.
Let's go ahead and let's just use this and try to get back a Liberator or 2.
A little bit of a rally.
We'll get 1 Liberator back. Can you hand me 1? Now we can go ahead and cast, let's cast that Mystic Shield on Karazai coming from the Knight Zephyros. That's a 4.
Oh, Primal Magic,
I'm gonna
baby.
Primal Dice it, baby.
Yep.
So I get to add to the cast value. Michael's too far away, and it's a 2, so it's a 6.
Goes off.
Thank you for rolling a 4 up.
Hey.
Good job, good sir. So just barely happens. We're gonna put the Mystic Shield back on Karazai. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to translocate the set of Liberators right here.
Okay.
We're good. I'm going to pick them up and put them on the objective over there. Be right back. I have moved my Liberators onto that objective, all part of Michael's plan for me to get closer to him so he can kill some stuff. I have no other things to do in the hero phase, so let's go ahead and get into movement.
Let's do it. David, you finished your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
The Liberators who teleported could not move, so they're just standing there. Behind them, I moved the raptors forward. They rolled a 1 on deadly terrain, took 2 mortal wounds, and then I shrugged 1, so luckily I didn't lose one of my crossbows. Karazai moved back just a little bit, and the Praetors are screening in front of him and also keeping the Lord Relictor safe. Over on my other objective over there, I have my Liberators, and I teleported my Knight Zephyros over there. She's within range of Lookout Sir and just outside of an inch of the terrain. And I thought really long and hard if I wanted to bring the Fulminators down, but there's no reason because I'm going to max points right now and Michael's sitting on a double turn. So I'm going to save one of my hammers and just keep them up in the sky until turn 3. So that is it. We just have some shooting into some Dryads from the long strikes, and then that's going to be my turn. Okay, I'm going to shoot with the long strikes into this unit of Dryads here. It's the only unit that's close enough. I'm going to use a command point and do all-out attack. So I'm -1 to hit and wound. I'm going to go back to 3s, and then I'm going to go up to 3s to wound. So this is going to be 3s and 3s, 6s do mortals into the 10-man Dryad squad.
We're going to all-out defense. We'll use Alariel's command point.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 1 wound, -2.
Give me a 6. And
Okay.
then we have 6s again. You got 1 guy.
Yes! All right, I killed a Dryad, folks. I've killed so many Dryads. Let's go ahead and get on the hero cam and score me up. What's up? We're back from my turn. It hasn't been super exciting yet, but we're getting lots of points. I hold this one. I hold the other one, so I hold both. That's 2 points. I have a Andorian Locust right here. That's 1. And then I completed my battle tactic, which was, what was it? Oh, get my cast off with her.
Yep.
All right, so that's 5 points again. So the score is 10-3, and we're getting into Sylvaneth turn. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
Battle tactic this turn is going to be intimidate the invaders. I'm standing like right on the line there, so just move the castle to this side, be in your territory. Let's do Primal Magic.
Yeah, let's do some Primal dice.
Huh. No.
No! No Primal dice for me.
I still have 1 left. I don't think I'm going to use it for anything, but I still have 1.
I do have 1 unbind.
So let's do
Squirrely.
Verdant Harmony. This guy's on a 7.
Okay.
Does not go off.
Okay. You don't want to use your Primal dice?
Absolutely not. Let's go ahead and cast a Mystic Shield. It goes off on 7.
I'm not going to do any damage to you anyway
Sure.
this turn, so I'm just going to let you have that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's throw a Mystic Shield onto the scythes, please. Throne of Vines.
On Miss Alario.
Miss Alario. Or do we want to make a tree? Nah, I like Throne of Vines. Throne of Vines. Watch this.
Okay.
Primal
dice gone. Okay, plus 5.
Boom.
So that's a 13, so it can't be unbound.
Excellent.
So she's gonna heal 1 wound in every phase.
Rally. I wanted to rally. We're going to go down to 3.
On the 3-man squad,
Yeah.
Okay.
2, 4, 6.
did we ever do heroic actions? You go ahead and rally, but we'll
Sure.
do heroic actions next. 2 more.
2 more.
Nice.
No, we didn't do heroic actions. We went straight into casting. Sometimes we get excited, man. Heroic action, let's get a command point with Alario. Yep, she's got 1.
I will try to get a command point. I'm going to give that one to, I think I'll give it to the Zephyros.
So we got a command point on L'Oreal. That puts me at 3+1.
I'm at 2+1.
And then I think we're done, David.
Hero phase complete. We'll be right back to show you how we moved. Michael, we're back from your movement phase. Tell me what you did starting with the Tree Lord.
Tree Lord, that's my summons from Alariel. He came in. He's going to try and pop some shots on that wizard who's 12 inches away from him. So he's standing there. Alariel is leading from the front. She's standing in the middle of everything. She's getting ready to throw a spear and do some charges. Dryads auto ran to get on that point, bringing us to 3 command points. And then we have the Kurnoths are in the center. The Dragonflies are behind them. Everything is on this side of the battlefield, so we've got a battle tactic, and then we have some Revenants hanging out in the back, just being safe.
All right, sounds great. Let's get set up for Shoe Sting. All right, Alariel is going to throw her spear. She is going to target the Knight Zephyros right there.
I'm going to all-out attack, so we're back to hitting on 2s and 2s.
Okay, I will all-out defense.
Here we go. Hitting on 2. Wound on 2. Rend 2.
Okay. Nope.
6 damage.
Okay. 6s. She's alive on 1 wound.
Excellent.
The Tree Lord's going to see if he can finish the job into the Knight Zephyros. -1 to hit because of Lookout Sir.
Right, so these are going to be 3s and 3s now. Yep. 2, -1, so whatever your base save is.
3s. I failed them both.
The 2 damage piece.
Oh, 6s. 6s. She dead. All right, Michael's got a 5-inch charge.
Yep.
It's an 11. Tree Lord's going to go for it. He needs a 9. Look at that.
Look at that.
It's a 9.
Look at that. Hey,
Look
at us.
Okay. Time for some monstrous actions.
Okay, so let's go ahead and ground shaker with the Tree Lord.
Okay.
3 up. Your fight lasted.
Okay.
And now let's roar with Alariel. You're roared.
Cool. All right. Fight me.
Fight me, oh fighter. Now, David, the Liberators are the target of the hunt, right? We haven't talked about that yet, but both Liberators and Karazai are the target of the hunt.
Yep.
So these are going to be hitting on 2s
Okay.
and wounding on 2s with the Great Antlers.
Okay.
4 attacks. Here we go. Doses. Doses. Okay, so they all wound. Ren 2.
I failed them all.
That's 20 damage.
Okay. I'm not going to roll the wards. I am just going to explode. I'm going to explode into Alariel. Nothing. And then I'm going to explode 2 into the Tree Lord. One of those Liberators is out, guys, so can't explode. Nothing into the Tree Lord either.
Okie dokie.
Okay. I'm going to do Call for Aid and bring him back.
Excellent. I will strike and fade.
Okay. So we'll be right back and we'll show you where we moved.
So I have completed my strike and fade. Alariel is back there. The Tree Lord did a little consolidation move, so he moved up. And where'd your call for aid go?
My call for aid just went on the edge of this objective, so I can start to move some other stuff away from that objective and not have to worry about it.
Okay. That is it for the turn.
Yep.
Let's go on to hero and score it up.
Let's do it. We're back from Michael's turn. Michael, that was a good turn, man. How many points?
I do score 5 points. I hold both activated objectives, and I killed a wizard.
Yep. My 1 wizard is dead.
And I completed the battle tactic, which was intimidate the invaders.
Yes.
So that was cool, 5 points. So it's 10 to 8.
Yep.
You're scoring very well.
Yep.
And we are getting into a roll-off into battle round 3. Huh.
Okay. I don't know what I want to do yet, so we'll be back for the top of battle round 3, Mystery Army.
All right, Wargamers, we are back after a long think. David, who's going?
I've decided to go, and you're going to activate these 2 objectives, right?
I think that's the right call. That stops you from max scoring.
The reason that I took this turn, guys, is because this Tree Lord is not elite and is not close enough to take commands. So right now I can actually get over here and use that movement to fix my board placement a little bit. If I were to give Michael the turn, he would be able to make it a lot harder for me to score.
Right.
Even if I kept these 2 objectives on, it would still be hard for me to score. So I decided to take the turn. I want to get in with Karazai, do some damage, and start making this a bloody bloodbath of a game. Did I say my battle tactic already?
Battle tactic is led into the Maelstrom, which you just talked about, but let's go actually explain it.
So I need to complete a charge with a battle line unit and with a hero. So I'm going to complete a charge with Karazai and with my Liberators.
Yep.
And then one of those units has to still be within 3 of enemy units at the end of the turn. Let's go for some primal dice, man.
Let's do it.
So this is the top of the battle round, so we have none. I get 1, you get 1. And for heroic actions, let's try to get a command point with Karazai. Yeah, he's good. He's going to get 1.
I'll do focus again on Alariel, so she'll get a free command point.
Okay, I'll give her that.
And then let's do a command point with Alariel on a 4-up. She gets it.
Okay.
She's going to immediately spend it to rally on the Dryads. There's 5 left.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay.
Nope.
I have no casting because my caster is dead, so I just have a translocate. I am going to attempt to translocate the Praetors. We're good. I'm going to move them, and we'll be right back to show you where I put them. All right, I have translocated right here. I am moving them in the direction that Karazai is going in, so I can get that sweet ward when the time comes. That is it for my hero phase. No casting. So let's go ahead and get a movement, and we'll be right back to show you what I did.
David, you finished your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
So let's look at the Liberators on the left. They're going to just charge into those Dryads to help me get my battle tactic. They're not going to kill that unit for sure. Behind them, I ran the other Liberators over. We're thinking about battle tactics. Battle tactics are hard in this new book, so I'm trying to set up for another one in the next turn. My Fulminators came out of the sky. They're gonna shoot some flame breaths into the Tree Lord. Karazai is right next to them. The Praetors are on the table edge over here where I teleported them. Little out of position, but that's okay, I'll try to make it work. And then the long strike crossbows moved away from that deadly terrain so I don't lose one on accident. Lord Relictor just chilling in the back so he can teleport whatever he wants when the time comes. That's it, we're gonna go ahead and get set up for shooting. Start with the long strikes. All right, let's shoot with the long strikes. Let's go ahead and let's do an all-out attack with a command point from Karazai. So 2s and 2s. And 2s. Okay, 4 at -2.
Oop. Failed them all.
Okay, that's 8 damage.
Now you got a pickle.
It's not a pickle. I'm just going to keep chipping away. How many wounds does he have? 14?
13.
He has 13 wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him with the Fulminators.
Sure.
2 hits.
Okay.
4 mortal wounds.
Dave, you're going to kill a Tree Lord this game.
I've never killed a Tree Lord before in my whole life, you guys. Sorry, we didn't have the dice cam on, guys. I did 13 wounds to the Tree Lord.
I say that we should re-roll it.
Or 12 wounds. I did 12 wounds.
Dave doesn't want to.
He doesn't want me to re-roll because he knows it'll be worse for me.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to try to charge with the Liberators. 8's good.
8's good.
All right, let's try to charge Karazai in. It's a 6. He's going to re-roll it with a command point.
All right, here we go. Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, that's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay, 10's good. It's going in. Okay, 9-inch charge with the Praetors. Oh, I almost made it look easy. That's an 8, so they're going to stay there. I'm going to leave the Fulminators out, so really easy. We're just going to do some monstrous actions.
I can't take or receive commands.
I will Titanic Duel you then.
Yep, very good. On a 4-up, I'll ground shake or stomp you. Or 3-up. Nope.
Okay. I'm going to fight you now.
For sure.
This is 6 attacks, 2s and 2s.
You're going to have to lift pretty hard for this to...
Okay. Okay, that's 4 at -3.
3?
4 at -3. Yep,
Jesus.
his Apex Maw has more Ren than Cronus's does.
His teeth are sharper?
That's like 1,000 damage. He's dead. Okay, now I get an ability because I killed something. So let's look on let's consult the bones and see what I get. If the enemy was a hero or monster, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons used by this unit for the rest of the battle. So now he has more attacks with all of his gross attacks. So that's cool.
That is cool.
And that is it for him. Let's go look at the Dryads.
We have 6 Dryads, and the Sergeant's included in that, in range.
You have 9 Dryads.
In range.
Oh, in range. Gotcha.
Yep. So we got this many attacks. 4s and 4s. Oh, look, a wound marker.
It hit. It does. Hits on a 7+. No problem.
Take 2. No Ren.
I take 1.
Oh, take a ward save.
6-up ward. I take 1.
All right.
Okay, I'll fight you back.
Slap it up.
Let's do some slappies. I'm -1 to hit and wound.
You are -1 hit and wound.
Okay. Liberators are awful. Let's see if they can do this. All right, let's go with the grand weapon that's on the leader first. This is 3 attacks, 3s, 3s.
All out defense.
So 4s, 4s. Okay, 1 hit. Okay, -1.
Failed it.
That's 2 damage.
Whoop. Okay, you got 2.
Okay, and let's do the 8 other really good attacks. 2, 4, 6, 8 of these. This is going to be 4s and 5s.
So far, so good.
Make a save, -1.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, we killed 3. At the end of the combat phase, I can pick an enemy unit that's both within 1 inches of me and within 6 of an objective and roll a dice. On a 4-up, you suffer D3 mortal wounds. Oh, never goes off.
Well, I'm going to auto-pass their morale.
Okay.
So I don't lose the point.
I'm going to keep my command point that I have left.
It doesn't matter if I lose the point, because it's not an active point.
Yep.
I'm going to roll it. Brave 6, I lost 3.
Okay. Good roll, Michael. 2 more go away.
Yeah, because the other fun part would have been just you missing your battle tactic.
Okay, that's the end of my turn. Let's get on and score me up.
David, you've completed your turn. How did you score, my friend?
I scored 3 points. I hold 1, and I completed my battle tactic, which was to have them in combat. They are indeed in combat at the end of this turn. So 3 points. So the score is 13-8, and we're getting into Sylvaneth turn. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
We're going to surround and destroy. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the battle tactic. I have to have 3 different units within 6 inches of 3 different battlefield edges. It's going to be those spike revs, those trees, and those dryads over there. Let's do some Primal Magic stuff.
Okay.
Yep, I get 1.
We get 2 more each.
We get 2 each? That's wild. Are you going to turn yourself into a wizard so you get 1 unbind?
I am.
Okay.
Yep. So Karazai shall become a wizard.
So let's start with the Lariel.
Okay.
And let's throw a Mystic Shield onto the Kurnoth Hunters.
Okay.
That's a 7, and we're going to do a Primal.
Okay.
Because I have so many. There you go.
Okay, that's a 13, so I can't unbind that.
We're going to do Metamorphosis onto the Liberators.
Okay. You rolled a 12 again.
I did.
That's pretty funny.
I did. I'm going to use a Primal.
Why?
Because I'm going to nuke that squad and then stop casting.
So this is going to add to your casting value, so you can roll extra dice? Okay.
Hoop.
And it goes off. So you got a 14.
14. 14 dice.
Let's see how many mortals he does.
3, 6, 9, 10 mortal wounds.
Okay, let's go for 6s. I take 6 mortal wounds.
Wow, you rolled really well on your ward saves.
Into the dryads, no mortals.
Cool.
Oh man, I got all these primal points.
That's what I was telling you. You could go for it.
All right, well, I guess it's movement time.
It is.
All right, we'll be back. Michael, we're back from movement. Tell me what you did, starting with your tree revenants.
Tree Revs did their teleport to land in that corner. The Dryads just pretty much moved back a little bit to make sure that they're still within, oh my goodness, they're getting my battle tactic.
Yep.
Surrounding and destroying.
And these ones retreated so you can get your battle tactic.
For sure.
And then your home objective.
My home objective, I have nowhere good for the Dragonflies to go right now. But I do need to still hold that objective with something so he can't just teleport onto that.
And then the sides?
The sides are going to charge on those Liberators to get away from Karazai.
And then Alariel is going to be brave.
Alariel is going to send it. We're hoping we can kind of do some damage to some Fulminators.
Yep.
So that's where we're at. Let's get into shooting.
Let's do it.
We're going to fire in the long strikes.
Okay.
They've been a thorn in my side all game.
Okay.
So hit on 2. Wound on a 2. Oh, of course. Let's get into charges. We're looking at Alariel.
Okay.
Let's charge with her.
6.
6.
6 is good.
6 is fine.
Kurnos with scythes charging in.
I'm going to start with the Revenant.
Revenant charging in. That's an 8.
Let's get it.
You didn't say anything, so I'm assuming that you didn't roll Snake Eyes.
I did not roll Snake Eyes.
Okay. Let's do some monstrous actions, Michael. What are you feeling like doing?
Let's just roar the Fulminators.
Okay.
Nope.
Can Alariel take down some foamies?
Let's see. We're going to all attack with the Great Antlers. So we have 4 attacks, 2s and 2s. They'll hit. Only 2 wounds. That's what I'm about expecting. They're Ren 2.
4s. Failed 1.
Ren 2. Yep, or 5 damage.
Okay, let's do some 6s. 4 damage.
Okay. And now I'm going to scratch you with the Talon of the Dwindling.
Okay. 2s and 4s.
Nothing. She's now going to strike away to safety.
Okay, I'll put a wound marker on my dude.
Crescent Shield. At the start of the combat phase, you may say if this unit is adopting a defensive stance or an aggressive stance. we would obviously do defensive.
Mm-hmm.
If it's adopting a defensive stance, it has a ward of 4 up until the end of the phase.
I'm going to fight into the Kurnoths.
Sure, that's...
I'm not going to do any damage, but I'm going to try really hard. Grand Hammer, 3s and 3s.
We have a lot of command points, so we will all out defense.
Okay, cool. So you're on a 1-up save before rend. Everything misses. And then we've got 2 more attacks, 3s and 4s. 1 hit, nothing.
Their base save 3, not 2.
You have Mystic Shield on them.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay. 4 terrible little attacks from the Arch Revenant.
Okay, I have no command points, so fire away.
3s and 3s. Rend 2.
I failed 2.
Single damage.
I save 1, so 1 guy dies.
Okay.
It'll explode. It has to go into the Kurnoths. Nothing.
And then he has D3 attacks with the pincers.
Okay. The pincers.
Nothing.
Well, that was D3 attacks.
Oh yeah, it's 1
right?
attack.
So he has
yeah,
1 attack.
One attack. Hits on a 4. Oh, it was a 3 that like. Did you see it slow roll?
I thought it was still going to be nothing. Yeah.
Okay, and then on a 3, nothing.
Okay. Good talk.
Do you want to pull this guy, and then you can just let him explode?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him explode. The guys, the size are Ren 3, and he's gonna get every single one of them in. So no explosions.
Excellent.
Okay, we'll lift the unit. We are back from Michael's turn. Michael, how many points did you score?
3. I completed my battle tactic, and I hold the active objective. I killed Liberators, and I scratched up Fulminators. I was very concerned about doing enough damage to them, and it did not work out.
Yeah.
So I think this is the turn, right? So like, if you win the turn, you're in a good position to strike hard and do a lot of damage. If I win the turn, I'm in a good position to strike hard and do a lot of damage. So top of battle round 4, we're getting into the roll off.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
I'm going to take the turn. So we'll be back for the top of battle round 4, Stormcast Eternals. We are here at the top of battle round 4, Stormcast Eternals. You're going to go ahead and take the turn. Michael has activated the objectives here, objectives B or A or something like that.
The ones in the middle.
The ones in the middle are on. Yeah, my battle tactic is going to be surround and destroy, exactly what he just did. I've been setting my army up to do that in the last couple turns. So that's what we're going to do.
And the 3 units are going to be the Praetors, the Liberators, and the Relictor?
Yeah, I got to call out the units.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be those 3. Okay, let's do Primal Magic. Okay.
Nope.
No Primal Magic, and it's the start of the battle round, so...
3 for me, 1 extra for my hero back there.
For my prayer, I am going to translocate the long strike crossbows.
Heroic actions. You still translocate.
I still translocate. Yep, I'm going to try to get a command point. I get it.
Cool. Let's throw a finest hour on my general, the Arch Revenant.
Well, I'm going to translocate some long strikes somewhere on the board, and we'll show you after I do my movement phase.
David, you finish your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on, starting with these Liberators right here.
The Liberators just auto-ran to get within 6 inches of that board edge.
Okay.
And then the Fulminators walked forward. Michael rolled a 6-inch redeploy on his Arch Revenant. He wants to keep his general alive. And then the Lord Relictor moved backward just a little bit so I could be wholly within 6 of a board edge to get my battle tactic. The Praetors are doing the same job over here. They rolled a run just to get 2 more bodies on the point. And then the Raptors are right there. That's where they translocated to. And then Karazai moved. He's got a 3-inch charge into some bugs. And that is it. So we can go ahead and get set up for shooting, starting with the long strikes. All right, long strike crossbows are going to shoot into the Kurnoths. I'm not going to use a command point here.
Let's see, I have 3 commander points. I'll spend the 1 that Alariel has.
Okay, so Michael's down to 2 command points, all out defense. He also has Mystic Shield, so he's going to be saving on 3s against these long strikes. This is 3s and 2s. So that's 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And then you got 3 saves.
Okay, so let's take 4 damage.
Okay.
So I take 3 damage.
Fulminators are going to breathe fire into the sides. 1 hit, 3 mortal wounds. Nice ward roll, buddy. So just 1 wound.
1 wound.
Let's go ahead and charge with the Fulminators while we're looking at it.
Cool.
It's a 6. 6 is good.
6 is good.
Kara's Eye is going to charge now. 6 is good. That's it. Let's do monstrous actions. We're just going to roar the bugs.
Okay.
Bugs are roared.
Sure.
Then we're going to activate the fulminators first. So I'll get them piled in. I piled into Michael, and he is Kurnoth Hunter, so I take a mortal wound. Do I shrug it? I do not. So one of the fulminators has 5 wounds now instead of 4. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fire up with the fulminators. I am going to use a command point for all-out attack.
And then I'm going to spend 1 command point for all defense.
Okay.
So we will be on a...
1-up save.
There we go.
This is 2s and 3s. Okay. Threes. $13 saves at -2, so you got 13 3-ups.
2, 13. 1. Oh Lord, I failed 2.
Okay, you take 6 damage.
2, 4, 6. Saved 1, so 1 turn off goes down.
Okay, this is 2s and 3s. Threes make 7 2-up saves. Or I'm sorry, 7 3-up saves.
Here we go. I failed 4 of those.
Okay, that's 8 more damage.
6s. Okay, so I take 4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Okay.
9 attacks, and that's going to go down to 6 attacks because of the Ancient War Master.
Yes.
So 8 attacks with the sickles, +1 from the champion. These are 4s and 3s. And 3s. Okay, so that's 3 at Ren 2.
Okay, 4s. Save 2, fail 1.
And they're 2 damage.
Okay, 6s. He takes them.
The mandibles.
Reducing attacks again, you guys. They normally would have 9.
So take 4 more at -1.
Fail 1.
Single damage.
Okay, 6. Fail it. So he's taken 3 damage. Let's do the Calamitous Tail.
Yeah.
He's going to get 3 attacks. He gets +1 because he killed that Tree Lord earlier.
Yep.
So this is going to be 4 attacks, 3s and 3s. Okay, 3 at -2.
Save 1.
That's 4 damage.
Take 3 damage.
Okay. And then he's going to do the Ruinous Talons. This is 4 attacks. Goes to 5 because he killed the Tree Lord earlier. So this is 5 attacks, 3s and 3s. Same outcome. 3s. 2 saves at -2.
Save 1, failed 1.
Okay, 2 damage.
Save 1.
Okay.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Annihilating Jaws. This is 7 attacks because I'm +1 to attack, 3s and 1s. Okay.
Not the jaws.
That's 12 damage.
Okay. 6s.
Okay.
Saved 3. So that's 3, 6, 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
They are alive.
Yeah, you got 1 left on 2 wounds.
So we only have 10 attacks with the Kurnoth Scythes. These are going to be hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s because of the Revenant.
Okay.
So let's do it. Hitting on 3s. And wound on 2s. So take 5 at -3.
Save 1.
And they're 2 damage piece.
Okay, and then I've got my wards. 3, 6, 8. Didn't save any, so that's 2 dead fulminators. Let's roll 12 dice for explosions. 2 mortal wounds into your Kurnoths.
Killed them both.
Okie dokie.
And then I do mortal wounds back to you at the end of combat phase. You can pick one enemy unit within 1 inch of this unit. Roll 1 dice for each model. On a 4-up, suffers 1 mortal. So take a mortal.
Okay. He takes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do battle shock on camera. So I'm going to roll for my fulminators. 1 runs.
So they're brave 7. They lost 2.
Okay.
Oh, they run.
Okay, well, we both just lost some stuff. Did not go the way that I intended, but it is what it is. So let's get on the hero cam and talk about it.
David, you've completed your turn.
Yes.
How did you score?
I only scored 3. The fulminators didn't do as much damage as I wanted to do, unfortunately. And Karazai got lucky that dragonfly ran away, but he doesn't get a buff because he didn't do the killing, unfortunately. So the score is 11 to 16, and we're going to go ahead and get into Sylvaneth's turn. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
Led into the maelstrom, so I have to complete a charge with a hero and battling.
Let's do some primal points, huh?
Oh yeah, I could really use those right now.
Well, I gave you one.
Okay, thank you.
We each get a primal point.
Now, command point with Laurel. Yes, I heroically get one.
It's late game. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, and I'm gonna make myself a wizard so I can try to unbind one of your things.
I'm going to start with Metamorphosis on Laura. 4 plus 6. Do we want to use a primal? Primal. Huh?
Okay, so now it's a 12.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can use a primal to get rid of this.
Nope, not gonna do it.
12. In the fulminator on 3s.
Okay, he takes 11 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. I can roll none. And then he'll explode into some Kurnoths.
Oh, here goes a Kurnoth again.
2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Okay, roll double 6s.
He's dead.
We got us one.
Mystic Shield on herself. Nope. Throne of Vines on herself. Nope.
We'll get into movement and we'll be right back to show you what Michael did. Michael, you're finished with your movement phase. Tell me what you did starting with your Dryads.
Those Dryads advanced upon Karazai. Why, pray tell? Because I have to make a charge with a battle line unit, so I'm trying to make sure I have multiple options. So then scrolling on over, we got Alariel standing in the center. You think it looks like she's going for Karazai, but she's not. She's going for the stuff in the back. It's a fairly long charge, but all she actually needs to do is connect with her spear.
Yeah.
And then she'll steal that point for me, which is big. Then moving on to the rest. These Dryads moved so that they're making sure they're on this point. The Kurnoths moved. David rolled a huge not a huge redeploy, but a good redeploy and made long charges for both the Rev and the Kurnoths. And then I teleported with the Tree Revenants, looking at a 9. We're just trying, we have a lot of long charges, so we're just trying to make sure that we have a lot of options.
Yep, absolutely. So let's get set up for shooting. All right, Michael, throw a spear at some stuff. What are you going to throw it at?
Long strikes.
Okay. Okay. 6. Oh, they took it.
They're dead. Oh, I mean, they get worse. 6 damage.
You think they're dead, and they are dead.
And
Nice
you'd
shot.
be right.
And you would be correct.
Let's start with charging her.
Okay, we're going to charge Alariel. Let's see what happens. An 11? Woo-wee! All right, Dryads are going to charge into Karazai.
Okay, so let's re-roll it.
Okay. That's
There
an
we
8. Nice. They get in. The Arch Revenant is going to charge.
He needs a 7. That's an 11.
All right, Michael, I think you can roll 2 11-inch charges in one phase. I would
That's a 10.
I would almost be correct. That was very, very good try.
Okay, so I'm good. So let's go ahead and stomp. Yep. For 3 mortals.
Okay, 1 dies.
Explosions.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Karazai is going to, let's just stomp. I'm feeling stomp. Yep, stomp's good. 2 mortal wounds. Michael is going to fire up Alariel. I have no command points, so I'm just going to take it.
4 attacks, 3s and 2s with the horns.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
I'm pretty sure they're dead. Keep going, though.
4 at -2.
I save 2, fail 2, so I take 10 damage.
Yep.
6s. They're dead.
Okay.
One's gonna explode. Nothing. All right, Michael, let's go ahead and fight with some liberators.
Even if you kill him on 2-up, he comes back. I forgot about that.
Does he come back in combat?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yep.
Well, let's kill him.
Well,
Let's just kill him, and then we'll go from there.
that'd be great.
Okay, this is 3s and 3s with the grand weapon from the leader. 2 at -1.
5s? Kill them both.
Yeah, that's 4 damage.
See, this is why I was nervous. 4s? Okay, 3 damage.
Okay, now we've got the other 8 attacks, Heaven Wrought Weapons. 3s and 4s. Fours. Make 2 saves. -1.
Okay, 5s. Save 1, failed 1.
Okay, and then you got a 4-up ward.
Failed
Okay,
it.
he took 4 whole damage.
He's 6 wounds for some reason, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well,
4 attacks, 3s and 3s. 2 wounds, run 2.
I failed them both.
Single damage.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, they're gonna explode on you. One of them is. No! Come on! I just want to kill him so he can come back to life.
D3 attacks with the pincer, 2 attacks with the pincer. 1 hit. No wound.
Okay, let's go look at Karazai and see if he can get through your -1 to hit and wound. 7 attacks with the Apex Maw, 3s and 1s.
3s and 2s.
So it's 4s and 2s now.
Yeah.
But look at that roll. Can we just soak
Good.
that in for a second? 4s and 2s? Okay.
Yeah, 4s and 2s gives you minus.
Okay.
See, that one doesn't
it's
wound.
12 damage.
They're dead.
Okay.
Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 6s! They're dead.
Okay.
Yep.
If the enemy unit had a wounds characteristic of 2 or less, you can heal 1 wound.
Boom.
Oh yeah, he suffered 2 now.
Feels good.
Okay, is that everything?
That is everything.
Cool, let's get on the hero cam and score it up. We are back from Michael's turn. Michael, how many points?
4 points, yo. We hold both active objectives, and we completed our battle tactic. It was so funny because I have the ability to do I have 2 battle tactics for kill something with magic, and I was like, it's never gonna happen.
Yep.
So I ended up with this really tricky one, and I immediately blew up that guy with magic. So,
Yeah, should have just gone.
should have just gone with that one.
So it's 15 to 16, and we're getting into a roll off. Let's see what happens.
Hup. Okay.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I have any battle tactics I can achieve. So I need to think for a second and talk with Michael, and we'll be back for the top of battle round 5. Maybe me, maybe him, I don't know. All right, we're here for the top of battle round 5. I'm running out of options, namely battle tactics.
Right.
I could try to kill Ilariel and hope that Karazai can do 16 wounds, which is very sketchy. So instead, I'm just gonna score my 1 point and force you to work really hard for the win. It looks like it could be a draw. And it looks like if you do win, it's going to be like 1 or 2 points. So this is really exciting. So we're just going to go ahead and do my turn on camera, and then Michael already knows what he's going to do as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to call out a battle tactic that I can't achieve. So whichever battle tactic, you at home can comment down below. Which battle tactic did I pick in battle round 5? And then let's do the primal points. No primal point for me.
None for me.
Okay, and let's go ahead and pray. I'm going to try to translocate. He's going to translocate himself. Will you hand me that model, please?
Whatever 9 is, that's close enough.
Whatever 9 is, we'll call that 9.
So I'm going to try and get a command point with my general over there.
Okay.
He does not get one. I'm going to rally on the Kurnoths.
Okay.
Going down to dos command points.
Okay.
I got a
Oh,
Kurnoth.
you get one back. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay, go ahead and put your Kurnoth back. All right. For my heroic, I'm just going to try to get a command point with Karazai. He gets it. Or I'm sorry, he has a 14-inch move, so that's plenty for him to get over the top of the
Impassable.
impassable. Yeah, I'm just going to move this tree so you guys can see what's going on.
Redeploy on the scythes.
Okay. All right, so now that we've kind of moved everything, I've fallen back there. I'm going to go ahead and shoot with Karazai. He is going to shoot into the Kurnoth Hunters on the off chance that he can lift one of them. It's D6 mortal wounds for 5.
5 is good. I don't believe oh yeah, I'm standing on an overgrown. I thought I was hammers for a minute. I was like, I'm not on an objective.
Oh,
you did lift one.
so good to try though. Let's charge with Karazai. Karazai's in.
Okay.
And then let's charge with the Relictor. Relictor's in.
Okay. Karazai can lift those guys. We don't have to do this combat.
Karazai's going to pick him up. He's going to heal another wound. And I'm going to score 1 point.
Excellent.
Okay, so that brings me up to 17 to Michael's 15.
Right. Alariel is going to make everything overgrown.
Okay.
Cool. Let's rally Kurnoths yet again.
Okay.
I'm trying to get distance by rallying. Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay.
We're going to find a sour on Alariel.
Okay. I'm going to try to get a command point. It goes on Karazai.
She's going to do Metamorphosis onto Karazai.
Okay. He's going to do it. That's a 6. It doesn't go off yet.
It doesn't matter, so
Yeah.
I'm going for it. Huh.
Oh! It's a primal miscast.
Okay, so this is fun. The reason it's fun, guys, is this actually doesn't really matter, and we get to talk about what a primal miscast is.
Yep.
She takes
D3 plus 3. Yep.
So
takes
she
5
takes-
morals. She's on an overgrown.
Huh.
She takes them all.
Okay.
That's what a primal miscast is. The reason that happened is because he rolled 2 1s when using a primal dice, so it's a primal miscast.
Yep. We're going to do another quick move.
Move your Kurnoths outside of 3. I will redeploy. That's a 5 inches, boys, girls, everybody that's watching. Oh, I'm down to 2 command points. I hope you guys are having fun watching this.
Alariel's going to shoot her spear at the Liberators.
All out defense.
Hits. Wounds. Rend 2.
Saved it.
Ooh, look at you. Yeah, because they're 3. So
They are 2 up save.
Yep.
So I needed a 4 up right there. Yeah.
So let's do charges. So for the command point, or for the battle tactic, let's charge Alariel.
Okay.
Okay.
If you re-roll this and you get your charge, then I will shake your
automatically win.
hand because you automatically win.
But
Yes.
this is a 7-inch charge. So I'm going for the Kurnoths.
But they didn't come out of the Woodland Depths.
It doesn't matter because if I kill the Liberators, I get
A Grand Strat.
I get the Grand Strat. I also win.
Okay.
So this is more important.
Okay, they get a 10.
They get a 10.
So the Scythes have charged the Liberators, and then the Revenants are sandwiching from the other side.
Okay.
Okay?
The Arch Revenant is going to spend my last command point to give the Scythes +1 attack.
Okay? I will use my last command point to do an all-out defense.
We're doing it, David.
I think you're going to get this, man.
Let's get the action cam on the very last shot.
Okay, this really matters. All right, here we are. I'm sandwiched by 2 units here. Which unit are you going to fight with first?
Obviously the Revs.
Okay.
Or they, obviously the Revs. The Kurnoths.
Okay, Kurnoths with Scythes. I've got 5 up saves against these attacks.
So we're 3s and 2s here.
Okay. You wound on 2s?
Because of the Arch Revenant.
Oh, okay.
Arch Revenant just has an aura of +1.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Right. There's 3 1s. All right, so we got 3, 6, 7, 5 up saves.
Oh no! They're dead.
They're dead. Okay.
So we can call it game here. So you go from 15 to 19.
Yes.
And I had 17. So that's the final score, 17-19. We're going to clean up and we'll be back for the wrap up.
Oh my goodness, Wargamers, we're here. We're at the wrap up.
That was a strong first GHB game. I like that we just pulled out some lists that we had already filmed the intro for and decided to run them in the new General's Handbook.
And just go for it.
Really fun and interesting. The final score was 17-19, Sylvaneth. Michael made a really good play at the end, redeploying some Kurnoth Hunters, resurrecting one of them, and then killing my last battle line to secure his grand strategy. Otherwise, I think I would have won that by a point.
Yeah, it was so close. It was really hard.
Yeah, really good game.
If you guys are still with us at this point, thank you so much for joining us. This is the point where we're going to talk about our highlights, lowlights, MVPs, LVPs. Please comment down below what your favorite moments of the game were. What do you think about all of these battle tactics? What do you think about the new GHB? Because we're excited to learn
Absolutely.
with you
Fired up.
guys. It's really cool. So, David, before we got into this match, we sat down, we looked at all the battle tactics and the grand strats, and we were like, oh goodness, these are really hard.
Yep.
But you and I both completed 4 out of 5 battle tactics.
Yep.
From the book.
The problem with these battle tactics is you have to really focus on your board positioning. I think that newer players are going to struggle a lot in match play because it's hard to, you have to plan a couple steps ahead and you have to figure out how you're going to get units to get your battle tactics while you're still doing damage. Because I mean, one of the battle tactics is literally have 3 units on board edges. That's hard to maximize damage and pull 3 of your units out of your army and put them on board edges.
Right.
Successfully casting and not getting unbound is going to be another really hard one, especially if you're playing, 50% of the armies you play are going to be able to unbind you, and then you're just going to miss the battle tactic right away. I think the charge hero, charge battle line one is very doable.
Yeah, it should be doable like mid game.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3.
And then having more units in enemy territory versus yours is another battle tactic that's doable for certain armies, right? Both of us could do that because of our mobility. If you're Fire Slayers, or if you're an army that like Slaves of Darkness and you're not running a bunch of cavalry, like you're gonna have a hard time getting all of your units into enemy territory.
And it's also very map dependent, right? Because this one, the territories were ginormous.
Yeah.
But there are plenty that are just like, oh, it's a tiny little sliver along table edge.
Right, exactly. It's going to be tough. There's going to be lower scoring games. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be lower scoring games, even in match play in big tournaments and stuff, because it's just going to be so easy to stuff battle tactics and it's difficult for people to achieve them. I like what they've done, though. I think they've made the GHB pretty tactical, and they've also given people a way to keep casters from just going crazy with some of the new spells and stuff. But we're obviously going to kit some armies into this, and then we'll have a little bit better of an idea of what is good and what isn't. Because we have some ideas on some units that can do really, really good in the new GHB.
Right. I love the Primal Magic. I got to use that to great effect with Alariel.
Yeah.
Anytime that you can dump more on a mortal wound spell like that is going to be...
Yeah,
like,
she
that's
did
a
absolute
no-brainer,
work
right?
with Metamorphosis. Yeah, I think it's going to come in big. Yep. And then what you didn't see is the Andorian spell lore. We didn't have anybody that could use the Andorian spell lore, but there's some really good spells in there, like some really strong, amazing spells.
Yeah, they're strong. They're really high casts.
Yeah, one of them is literally a cast value of 12.
But then it's 46 mortals.
4d6 mortals.
What
That's wild.
You could just
You
bomb
could use
something.
2 Andorian dice too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could be like, well, that's a 12. I'll roll another one. Like if you don't have any 1s showing, you could roll another one and be like, well, now it's a 16.
Yeah.
Have fun trying to unbind that. You know what I mean? So yeah, really, really interesting. Let's talk about the list specifically because I think they perform pretty well, even though we weren't really kitted out for it. With Stormcast Eternals, I really enjoyed the list. I had some shooting, which did a fair amount of damage. I had 1 hero to teleport. With Arcane Tome, was able to give me a couple extra points, which is great. The Praetors, I thought that I would need them because I was worried about Karazai getting lifted, but he has so many wounds and he just does so much damage if you charge into him that it's hard to pick him up.
Yep.
So I don't know if I bring the Praetors next time. And then, everything else did exactly what it was supposed to do. The Fulminators kind of fluffed a little bit, but it wasn't my fault. Michael just rolled, 11 3-ups on 13 dice.
Yeah.
I could have easily done another 9 or 12 damage with them and just put in a lot of hurt into the Kurnots. The fact that I left 3 of them alive let him do too much damage to me, and then I lost a Fulminator to Battle Shot because I used all my command points to try to maximize damage.
Right.
So that sucks, but it is what it is. I'm going to give MVP to Karazai because he's amazing and cool, and I love him. The Long Strikes did just fine. The Relictor did his job. Everybody did their job except for those Praetors, so I'm going to give them LVP. I don't really think they have a place in this list. I think I can shuffle things around, free up a couple hundred extra points, and definitely get some better things on the board. But yeah, I'm going to give that list a B+. It was still pretty good. How about yours?
So this was the first time that I've played Sylvaneth without the Spite Swarm Hive.
Or the Warsong Revenant.
Or the Warsong Revenant. And I liked it.
Yeah.
It was different, but it was still good. I still felt like I was really fast. I still felt like I was moving pretty well across the board and hitting things the way I wanted to. So it had a very similar feeling. That was cool. In a lot of other armies, though, I feel like the Arch Revenant is just going to get lifted from shooting. I was trying to keep him safe and keep him protected, but I think he could just go down. I did well getting battle tactics, but this list is not kitted for getting the battle tactics out of the book.
Right.
I really think in the new GHB you need to be able to do a couple from your book and a couple from the GHB if you're going to want to play.
Yeah, because I burned out all the GHB ones, and then in turn 5, I literally had no battle tactic. The only thing I could have tried to do was kill Alariel, and it just wasn't going to happen. I didn't even want to try. So I went for get at least 1 point and go from there. I would rather get 1 point than maybe try to get a battle tactic and another point. So that's what I did.
MVP for me was Alariel. She did a lot for me. She was pushing objectives, grabbing objectives.
Well, she did 18 damage with her spear, and she did probably at least 15 mortal wounds with Metamorphosis. Well, she did 11 mortal wounds just with 1 activation of it. So yeah, she has to be MVP, dude. She did way more damage than anything else in your army.
The LVP is clearly the Dragonflies.
Yeah, they didn't get to bring back any high value models because they had to hang back as you were kind of starting to have to stretch your army out because of these battle tactics.
Well, and the other problem I have with them is even if I get to resurrect 3 times, that means they just broke their point cost, right?
Yeah.
Because they're 240 points.
Yep.
So for the same cost, I could have more bodies.
Right.
I could have more Dryads, I could have more Kurnoths, I could have a freaking Tree Lord. Like there's a lot more I could add to the table.
Yeah, and they're beautiful models, and they're interesting in what they can do. They're really fast. They're fair in melee. Like you got what, like 9 attacks with -2 rend and 9 attacks with -1 rend.
Yeah.
I mean they're fine. They're just outshined by other units.
Right.
I mean, and in this specific build where you have +3 to your movement, you can make your Tree Lords pretty fast too without having to rely on your teleports, which is great. Tree Lords bring a lot of value to a Sylvaneth list because they're hard to kill. They count as 5 models. They make you fight last, and you can't pile in if they fight you. So
they have some shooting. They get a whole nother teleport. Like they just do a lot.
Yeah, so I really like your list though. I like that you thought outside the box and it worked out for you. That just came down to some smart plays in Battle Round 5, but I had to try to do my best at the same time, and unfortunately you rolled a huge redeploy.
6.
You rallied a Kurnoth.
Yep.
I did 5 mortal wounds into you with shooting, which would have, cut your damage down 30%. You still got your ward and saved him with 1 wound. Right, so there was a lot that went on there. That was a really, really good game. It wasn't as smash 'em up as you guys are probably used to watching us play because the new battle tactics are tough. They just are. And you're going to notice that once you start playing with the new GHB as well. But yeah, that's about all I have to add. So,
guys, I hope you appreciated and enjoyed this battle report. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again next week for another battle report.
See you next time.